Celebrities are often held to a higher standard than the average person. They are expected to be role models and to set a good example for their fans. When celebrities commit crimes, their actions can be particularly shocking and newsworthy. One of the most notable aspects of celebrity crime cases is the courtroom reaction of the celebrity. How do celebrities react when they are sentenced? Do they show remorse, anger, or resignation? Well, in today's video, we will be looking at celebrities' courtroom reaction to their prison sentence. If you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, and share.
This is Michael Jace, an American convicted murderer and former character actor, best known for his role as Los Angeles police officer Julian Lowe in the F's drama, The Shield. Jace began his acting career in the early 1990s. He has appeared in over 50 films and television shows, including Forrest Gump, Clear and Present Danger, Boogie Night, The Replacement, and State of Play. On May 19, 2014, Michael Jace shot and killed his wife, April Jace, multiple times in their Los Angeles home. The couple's two sons, aged 8 and 9 at the time, were present in the house but were not physically harmed. Jace called 911 and claimed he shot an intruder, but police arrived to find April Jace dead. However, prosecutors argued that Jace shot his wife in a fit of rage after she threatened to leave him. They presented evidence that the couple had a history of domestic violence and that Jace had threatened to kill April Jace in the past. However, Michael maintained his innocence. Michael Jace's reaction to his prison sentence showed a range of emotions. He initially appeared stoic, but as the judge read out the verdict, his face grew red and his eyes welled up in tears. He was found guilty and was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. This is Jussie Smollett, a popular American actor, about to receive his prison sentence at the Cook County Courthouse in Chicago, Illinois. Jussie Smollett, best known for his role as Jamal Lyon in the Fox drama series Empire, began his acting career as a child actor, appearing in commercials and TV shows. He made his film debut in The Mighty Ducks, released in 1992, and he has since appeared in films such as The Wiz, Alien Covenant, and B-Boy Blues. In 2015, Smollett was casted in the role of Jamal in the Fox drama series Empire. The role made him a breakout star, and he was nominated for several awards, including 2 BAT Awards and a Teen's Choice Award. On January 29, 2019, Smollett claimed that he had been attacked by 2 masked men who yelled racist and homophobic slurs at him. He said that the men had beaten him and put a noose around his neck. Smollett's allegation sparked a nationwide outcry of support for him and a condemnation of the alleged attack. However, police began to doubt Smollett's story. After investigating the incident, the police determined that Smollett had staged the attack himself. They believed that he did so in order to gain publicity and sympathy for himself. Smollett was charged with felony disorderly conduct for making the false report to the police. On December 2021, Smollett was arraigned before Judge James Lynn in Cook County Courthouse in Chicago to receive his prison sentence.
Following sentence, and here's your sentence. I'm sentencing you to 30 months felony probation, and the probation is going to be to this court. You will pay restitution to the city of Chicago in the amount of $120,106. You are fined $25,000, which is the maximum fine, and you will spend the first 150 days of your sentence in the Cook County Jail, and that will start today, right here, right now.
Jussie Smollett's reaction was one mixed with shock, anger, and disbelief. Smollett, however, had some words to say before leaving the courtroom.
Your Honor, I am not suicidal. That's what I was about to say.
Okay,
I am not suicidal.
okay,
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal.
okay.
I am not suicidal.
Stop laughing about black
I am not suicidal, and I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
Jussie Smollett was sentenced to a total of 30 months of felony probation, including 150 days in jail. He was also ordered to pay restitution of more than $120,000 and a $25,000 fine. O.J. Simpson is a name that is synonymous with controversy. He was a football legend who was adored by millions, but he also became a symbol of racial injustice and celebrity privilege. Simpson was a running back, and he was one of the most dominant players in NFL history. He set numerous records, and he was named to the Pro Bowl 6 times. Simpson's success on the field made him a national hero. He was a popular spokesperson of many companies, and he appeared in several films and TV shows. On June 12, 1994, Simpson's ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman, were murdered outside Brown's condominium in Brentwood, Los Angeles. Simpson was immediately a suspect, and he was arrested on June 17. The murder trial was one of the most sensational trials in American history. However, Simpson was acquitted. Fast forward to 2007. On the 13th of September, O.J. Simpson and a group of associates confronted 2 sports memorabilia dealers in a room at the Palace Station Hotel and a casino in Las Vegas. Simpson allegedly brandished a gun and demanded that the dealers hand over their merchandise, which included valuable items such as football jerseys and helmets. O.J. was arrested and charged with 12 counts, including armed robbery, kidnapping, assault with a deadly weapon, and coercion with a deadly weapon. After a 2-week trial, the jury found O.J. Simpson guilty of all 12 charges. O.J. was visibly shaken when the sentence was read. He stood silent as the judge read his sentence.
Count 1, conspiracy to commit a crime, 1 year in the county jail. Count 2, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, a minimum term of 12 months, max term of 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. Count 2 to run concurrent to count 1. Count 3, conspiracy to commit robbery, a minimum term of 12 months, max term of 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. Robbery with use of a deadly weapon, a minimum term of 60 months, a maximum term of 180 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. The assault with a deadly weapon, a minimum term of 18 months, a max term of 72 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. That'll run consecutive to count 8. Count 10, minimum term of 18 months, a max term of 72 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. Count 10 will run consecutive to count 9.
He was eventually sentenced to 33 years in prison with the possibility of parole after 9 years. This is Lindsay Lohan, an American actress, singer and model who rose to fame in the late 1990s and early 2000s as a child star in Disney films such as The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday. Lindsay began modeling at the age of 3 and made her acting debut in the commercial for Pizza Hut. She had her first major role in the 1998 Disney film The Parent Trap, in which she played twins who were separated at birth. Lohan's performance in the film earned her critical acclaim and a Young Artist Award. She began the venture into singing, releasing her debut album, Speak, in 2004. In the mid-2000s, Lohan began to struggle with substance abuse. She was arrested for driving under the influence and possession of drugs on multiple occasions. Her struggle with addiction began to affect her career, and she was dropped from several films. On July 20, 2010, Lindsay Lohan was sentenced to jail for violating her probation on a drinking and driving charge. Lindsay could be seen visibly crying as the judge gave her verdict.
Defendant is ordered to spend 30 days in jail on the reckless driving case, 30 days in jail on the first DUI case consecutive, and 30 days in jail on the second DUI case consecutive. That's 90 days in jail. The court is also going to order Dr. Sharma, or appoint Dr. Sharma and Malinak, Kajal Sharma and Hai Malinak, that would best benefit her. I also want the doctor to interview her and determine if drinking alcohol and the prescription drug medications she's taking will cause her injury. And all right, that's the order. When are you asking for surrender date? All right, that would be surrender in this court, July 20th.
Imagine moving from the spotlights as a national hero in the Olympics to a courtroom as a suspected criminal. Well, that's the story of Oscar Pistorius. Oscar was a double amputee who competed in the 2012 Summer Olympics, becoming the first amputee to compete in the track and field events. Pistorius was also a household name, with millions of fans around the globe. Pistorius was born with a congenital defect which resulted in the amputation of both his legs below the knee. However, Pistorius refused to let his disabilities stop him from pursuing his dreams. He began running on prosthetic limbs at a young age and began showing exceptional talents. Pistorius made his international debut in 2004 and quickly rose through the ranks of the track and field world. In 2012, he competed in the 400 meters and 4x100 meters relay at the 2012 Olympics. On Valentine's Day 2013, Pistorius shot and killed his girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp in his South African home. Pistorius claimed that he mistook her for an intruder and shot her in self-defense. However, the prosecution argued that Oscar intentionally killed Steenkamp in a fit of rage. The crime scene was gruesome. Steenkamp was found dead in the toilet cubicle of Pistorius' bathroom. She had been shot 4 times, once in the head, once in the hip, once in the arm, and once in the hand. Pistorius was arrested and charged with murder. He went on trial in 2014. After a lengthy trial, the jury found Pistorius guilty and sent him to 6 years in prison. While the sentence was read out, Pistorius maintained a stoic look.
Count 1, culpable homicide. The sentence imposed is the maximum imprisonment of 5 years imposed in terms of section. The sentence in count 1 and the sentence on count 2 shall run concurrently.
This is Larry Nassar, a former sports medicine physician who sexually abused hundreds of young athletes, including Olympic gymnasts. His story is one of betrayal, manipulation, and a system that failed to protect its most vulnerable members. He developed an interest in sports medicine early on, and by the age of 26, he was working as a physician for USA Gymnastics. He quickly gained a reputation as a skilled and compassionate doctor, and he became the sought-after medical provider for many elite gymnasts. Under the guise of medical treatment, Nassar began to sexually abuse his young patients. He used his position of trust and authority to manipulate and intimidate his victims, many of whom were just children. Over the years, he abused hundreds of young women and girls, including some of the most celebrated gymnasts in the world. Despite the numerous allegations of abuse, Nassar was able to continue his Tätigkeit for years because of a culture of silence and complicity within USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University. Nassar's victims were often dismissed or ignored, and their complaints were swept under the rug. In 2016, Nassar's crimes finally came to light when he was arrested for possession of child pornography. The subsequent investigation uncovered the extent of his abuse, and hundreds of victims came forward to share their stories. During the trial, several victims came up to deliver their victim impact speeches. While they were giving their speeches, Nassar could be seen crying. In 2017, Nassar pleaded guilty to multiple counts of criminal sexual conduct and possession of child pornography.
To sentence you to 40 years, sir, I'm giving you 175 years, which is 2,100 months.
Larry Nassar's reaction to his prison sentence was one short of emotions, as he seemed to have already accepted his fate. He was sentenced to 60 years in federal prison and 175 years in state prison, effectively ensuring that he would spend the rest of his life behind bars. Phil Spector was one of the most influential record producers of all time. He was known for his innovative wall of sound production technique, which created a dense, layered sound that was perfect for pop music. He began his career in the music industry as a teenager, playing guitar and singing in a band called the Teddy Bears. The Teddy Bears had a hit record with To Know Him Is to Love Him in 1958, and Spector quickly became one of the most sought-after producers in the industry. In the 1960s, Spector produced some of the most iconic records of all time, including The Beatles, Let It Be, and several solo records by John Lennon and George Harrison. He also produced hits for the Righteous Brothers, Tina Turner, and the Ronettes. Spector's records were commercially successful and critically acclaimed, and he was nominated for numerous Grammy Awards. In the 1970s, Spector's career began to decline. He became increasingly reclusive and paranoid, and his involvement in music diminished. His life took a tragic turn on February 3, 2003, when he was found guilty of murdering actress Lana Clarkson at his mansion in Los Angeles. On the fateful night, Spector met Clarkson at a nightclub and invited her back to his mansion. After hours of drinking and socializing, Clarkson's lifeless body was found slumped in a chair in the foyer, a gunshot wound to her head. Spector, claiming innocence, maintained that Clarkson had accidentally shot herself. The investigation into Clarkson's death revealed conflicting accounts of what transpired that night. Spector's chauffeur testified to hearing Spector say, "I think I killed somebody," while other witnesses recounted Spector's erratic behavior and obsession with guns. He was convicted of second-degree murder in 2009 and sentenced to 19 years to life in prison. Spector's reaction to his sentence was one of shock and disbelief. He stared blankly ahead as the verdict was read.
The defendant is sentenced to the term required by law, 15 years to life, on his conviction for second-degree murder. The personal use of a firearm, the court selects the presumptive midterm of 4 years for a total of 19 years to life.
In January 2021, Spector passed away at the age of 81 while serving his sentence. If you like this video and you want more like this, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to be informed whenever we post a new video like this. Also, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, see you next time.